Okay, coming at you with some info about topical pain relief. One of our most popular products has been Voltaren topical gel, and I have the pamphlet here because it is so popular. When it went OTC a couple of months ago, it's been hard to get. We haven't been able to get it for about a week, but we should have more in Thursday or Friday. Voltaren is an NSAID like Advil, Aleve, ibuprofen, naproxen. The benefit of Voltaren over an oral NSAID is that you put it on right where it hurts, so you get more relief where it hurts and less absorption systemically or throughout your whole body. That gives you fewer risks of the side effects. Now, Voltaren is still carrying the same warnings from the FDA that all NSAIDs have. So it's something that we prefer that you talk to the pharmacist about. If you haven't already discussed it with your doctor, we can go through drug interactions and whether or not it might be appropriate for you. There are some risks with NSAIDs, so we like to screen our patients before they pick this up over the counter and go ahead and use it forever and ever. But this has definitely been very popular. It works well, and if you are somebody who has done well with Advil or naproxen, or Motrin, or what have you, but you want to lower your risk of side effects, or they're just hard on your stomach, a bit of Voltaren could be helpful. Just talk to us. Another great option if you want to stick away from NSAIDs, if you want to stick away from the Advil, Aleve, is turmeric. And so turmeric, it's just like the spice you have in your cupboard. It's very, very anti-inflammatory. It's widely used for a lot of health benefits because it is such a great anti-inflammatory, but that helps it when you have inflammatory pain. So it helps it to work on inflammatory pain. It's not necessarily pain relief, but that anti-inflammatory property helps with a lot of pain, arthritis pain, joint pain, and it isn't hard on the stomach like a lot of NSAIDs are, your Advils would be. So a lot of people have very good results with turmeric. Again, there are some possible drug interactions, particularly if you're on blood thinners. So talk to the pharmacist before you grab it, and we can kind of walk you through whether or not it's appropriate for you and help you with some dosing. Another popular over-the-counter has been lidocaine, which comes icy hot, has a lidocaine, Aspartame. Off-brands have lidocaine. But lidocaine has always been available prescription. Now you can get it over the counter in just a slightly smaller dose. You can get it in a cream, a roll-on, a patch. It just numbs the area. So it really works great for some localized pain like lower back pain or joint pain. It does come with some risks. So one thing I always tell people, you cannot put heat on lidocaine. You can absorb too much into your body, and that can be very dangerous. So again, if you've never used it, you can read all the instructions on the back or talk to our pharmacist. We would be happy to chat with you about how to use lidocaine safely and to use it for your benefit. Some other options, a little more natural options: essential oil roll-on, muscle ease, peppermint, cinnamon, rosemary. It's kind of that cooling, warming, icy hot, but a more natural version. And this is a roll-on that comes pre-diluted, ready to go. Convenient little size that you can toss in your gym bag, your purse, anything. It's $6.99, so it's a great deal. And this is always one of our best sellers in the pharmacy. We do sell essential oils and carrier oils in those sorts of supplies. So I've got roll-on bottles, all sorts of carrier bottles or carrier oils. A couple of really popular oils that people will use on top of things like peppermint are copaiba and lemongrass. And so these are both anti-inflammatory, but copaiba is, it actually has a fair amount of studies on it for being anti-inflammatory and thus helping with pain. But a lot of studies that actually show either in vitro or in a test tube or in vivo, so in real life and something that's really living, that it is anti-inflammatory and it kind of knocks down that inflammatory response from the immune system. So this applied topically, diluted in a carrier oil, of course, it really has some potent anti-inflammatory effects. It's relatively safe. Again, that's something you can discuss with us. And I was interested to find that Copaiba actually has some studies for using on inflammatory skin conditions or inflammatory rashes of the skin, because that anti-inflammatory property is so strong. And I found a little bit of research that suggested maybe Copaiba interacts with the endocannabinoid system, which, as we've talked about, is very anti-inflammatory. So I've seen a lot of people use both lemongrass and Copaiba topically and get a lot of relief. So we do have those here. And the roll-on. From Ananda, we have a few different topicals. I'm finding that people really like the salve for areas that they want to work it into the skin or rub it into the skin, so hands especially. And this is the really exciting news. I've been able to give people samples of our Ananda CBD for oral gel caps or oral tinctures, but you know, when we have like this roll-on is one of our most popular products from Ananda and in the store, because it is a really high dose of CBD. It has a bunch of essential oils, and it just seems to work great as a roll-on for pain. But unfortunately, there's no way to let people try it out that wouldn't be totally unsanitary. So we haven't had samples of it. And then I realized, because I am always making things at home, DIYing, we got a bunch of these little guys. So I can give you some samples of the salve if you'd like to try it. I've had a really good found really good feedback from people. So Ananda, it's the CBD salve, but it also has a few other like essential oils in it, arnica, white willow bark. But it seems to be a real favorite with people, especially for pain in some smaller joint areas, and like knee pain as well, because you can really rub it in. So if you're interested in trying something topical that's a CBD product, stop in and talk to me. I can easily give you a sample now, which is really wonderful. With CBD and pain, especially inflammatory pain, I always recommend that people consider using both a topical and an oral or internal type of CBD. When you take CBD internally, it's going all throughout your body and it's addressing a lot of that inflammation. It's getting deep into areas and tissue where it needs to be to tamp down on that pain signal, to tamp down on some of that inflammation. CBD, when you use it topically, you can absorb it. You know, you absorb CBD through the skin. It's lipophilic, so you can put it on where it hurts, and that's going to be absorbed, but it's not going to get way deep. Like if you've got really deep pain, it's hard to, you know, put enough on your skin to absorb all the way down. So like this roll-on is really great for putting kind of along your spine by nerves that we determine might be causing some pain. It's really great for like muscle aches and pains because that's by the surface. It's not really deep tissue. But if you've got some substantial pain and you're looking at CBD, I always try and give people some oral or internal samples when they're coming in and trying out something topical. So that's a rundown of a few things that you can try if you're trying to stick away from taking a bunch of ibuprofen every day, which it's not. Sometimes that is just people have to take ibuprofen or Tylenol every single day. Sometimes people need bigger pain meds, but we like to try and help people find options that are as safe as possible and as natural as possible, and that fit their lifestyle and work for them and work with their medications, because we're pharmacists, so that is what we do. If you have any questions about any of these products or anything at all, that's what we're here for. So call us, stop in. We love talking to patients. That's why we went into pharmacy.